Stuart Rex from Webtrends Optimize, and today we're going to have a quick look at 6 of the biggest opportunities for your website in 2025. Using Screwfix as a bit of an example, but also showing some other websites that have these features and functions that do work really well. And all of these, we should caveat, should be wrapped up into tests so you can prove the ROI of every initiative. So starting here on Screenfix, the first thing we're going to look for is some examples of guided selling. So best way to do this is either find a bestsellers category or to go and click into one of the main categories on the top left of the nav. You know it's going to be quite an important one for them. What we're going to do to try and trigger this is just scroll down through the page and scroll back up. A couple of times should do it. Yeah, we can't actually see anything there. So what do I mean by guided selling? Well, if I go over to Halfords, you can see a couple of examples of this. First of all, you've got this visual filtering here. So you can very quickly click one of these and you'll see that the filters would build up into the URL up here. Or you've got this widget down here that triggers a number of different questions, natural language questions, which you can click through, and ultimately it starts building up the filters, as you can see in the URL up here, and you can start getting a narrowed set of search results, so you can ultimately try and reduce decision fatigue. So what we can see here is we've taken 186 bikes or potential bikes for a child down to 6 by just engaging in those few questions there. Really good example of what's possible, and something that we see working really well, particularly where you've got categories or products where historically you might have wanted to engage with a salesperson in a store. Next thing we're going to go and look for is social proofing. So to do this, again, just going to kind of click through when we're into the product listing page or category listing page, and what we're going to be looking out for is some kind of widget that's popping out down here. Again, I can't see this currently on Screwfix, but I do know that the retailer Pretty Little Thing does this. So if we just go into their sales section here and we scroll down, we'll start seeing some of these little widgets popping out. There we go, selling out, 44 bought today, trending, 110 bought today, this kind of stuff. And this is kind of what we're looking for. So this is when you're at the category level. If we then go through to one of those products that the widget popped out on, what we're then going to look for is to see if this widget does appear when you go through into the product description page, which again, we can kind of see in here. So we'll assume that one of these drills has shown this for Screwfix, and we're just going to click through here and look for this to repeat in here, which we kind of know it's not going to do in this example. But the social proofing data, the reason we sort of mention this, if you see those little widgets, you know that same data can be used to dynamically merchandise banners based on popularity. It can be used to dynamically merchandise sort orders for products at category page level or at product listing page level. And again, really good to be testing those things. We've got some really good historical examples of businesses that we've made 7-figure sum improvements for based on the way that we've merchandised using that social proofing data. Next thing we're going to have a quick look at is product recommendations. So Screwfix actually do a pretty good job of this. If we're looking at a drill, the recommended products seem pretty sensible. You may want to go and buy some drill bits to go with that. And what we're going to do now is just stick one of these in for click and collect. And actually the add-ons in the basket and checkout process do make sense here. So again, well done Screwfix, that's a really good thing to see. The reason that we see a lot of people testing these, many vendors that do serve recommendations don't have the ability to test those different models, and what we see with many of our customers is that those models can be quite good, they're a good starting point, but Amazon estimate 1/3 of their total revenue to come from product recommendations. So testing these, making sure you've got the right model, the right upsell at the right point in the journey, or that you're also adding on genuinely useful things is a really good idea. And I did come across this example the other day while looking for a child's car seat, where I feel this opportunity was really missed. So just looking at items bought with this product, we've got the same car seat, a foot muff, a few other bits, and a seat for a child younger than the one for the seat I was looking in. This is a real missed opportunity for this brand. And actually, if you scroll a little bit lower, you've got other customers we're interested in, which could be a far more useful feature. What we're now going to do is just go back into the Screwfix site, and we're going to have a look to see if we can find a sticky add to bag. So we've added that item into our cart, and what I'm really looking for is to see this kind of thing appear. Really good test, something that we see win time and time again, whether that presents at the top of the page, the bottom of the page, the side of the page. You would expect different presentations on mobile and desktop, but something that we see consistently delivering good results for our customers. So yeah, it's something to look out for when you're doing that. The next thing we're seeing work really well in 2025 is exit intent. And this has got a bit of a bad reputation for people appearing on the site, offering you 15% off if you sign up to their marketing emails today. But we've actually seen some really good implementations of this. And what I'm meaning by that is where you've got something in your basket. So we put this back in, put this back into the basket here. And we go and close that. We've got an item in here. We go to exit the site. We've shown a fair level of engagement into the site at this point, and just triggering an intervention to say, would you like to sign up and we can save your basket, as one example, might be the right intervention just to try and keep people engaged. Something that we've seen, as I said, really good results on, and definitely worth testing this year. The last thing that we're going to look at is retargeting. So if I do now go and actually leave the site and I come back into the site here, we will then start looking for this. So some people who do, and I can see here there's no example of retargeting. One thing that we do see work quite well is a pulsing basket. Occasionally, if you've left something in there from before, worth a test if you haven't tried that. But people who do this really well are DFS. So if I go back to the home page, you can see the last products that I've most recently viewed, and this kind of follows me around the website. So wherever I go to, that little widget pops up here. For it to be as visible as that on the page, knowing the kind of program that they run over at DFS, you would assume that this is delivering very good results for them. So hopefully that's been a really useful video just to show you 6 things that you could or should be testing in 2025. And if you are looking to accelerate your program and would like to continue the conversation, please do drop me an email at stuart, stuart.rex @webtrends, webtrends -optimize, optimize.com. And I really look forward to continuing the conversation.